What is your purpose? You as an individual, what is it?
All right. The purpose, every single person's purpose is undeniably the most important part of their life. Am I right or am I right?
You're right, man.
Without a purpose, right, you have zero direction in life. A purpose, you set yourself a goal with a purpose, and everybody knows this. Once you set a goal in life, you just work for that much harder than if you were not to set a goal. For example, we have 2 weeks up until exams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people are revising like they have never before. Like, oh, I've got my down bad friends, like not fully down bad, right? But they're grinding so hard, and I'm proud of them. Like, good on you guys, keep it going. But this purpose they've got, they see, oh yeah, school, these exams, and the purpose they see in this is they want to get good grades. The purpose in school is to get good grades, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because of this purpose, they're just working pretty much relentlessly. Like, I've got friends, they're working every day. Some people are dropping gym, which you could say it's not very healthy, but it's only a short term thing. But this just goes to show how if you have this purpose in mind, this goal in mind, you want to achieve in a certain time, you can set your mind to it and do whatever it takes.
Of course, because once you do set out that one thing that you want to do, you want to chase after it. Maybe you've been getting average grades. Let's use the example of school. You've been getting average grades for your whole life, and maybe this end of year you found a bit of motivation. You've stumbled across someone who's working hard, and you want to work hard with them, and you just drop everything else, and you focus on that massive goal. But imagine that goal wasn't school, and it was something else. And obviously David can relate to this as well with tennis, and he could probably tell you about his experiences, because when you do become focused on just that one thing, everything else just seems to just disappear.
That's right. It's so beautiful how people can just dedicate their life to this one thing. But the problem in today's world is that people have lost their sense of purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and there's instant gratification everywhere, blinding everyone. They don't even know what a purpose is. Every day spending 5 hours a day, they're spending more hours. It gets to the point where some people are so addicted they spend more hours on a screen than living your life away from the screen.
You know.
I'm sorry, man, but come on, man. God gave you a life. If you're religious, God gave you life on this earth, and you're just wasting it away like this. You should be grateful you're alive, and you're just wasting it in front of a screen. You know there's no benefit to what looking at that screen. Even me personally, I'm not on the screen too often, but as soon as I look at this my phone, I just feel like everything. I lose focus about everything, and like all my attention is on that screen, and I lose a sense of presence. Is that the same with you, Tim?
Yeah, because like it goes back to that short we have uploaded as well. When you just keep scrolling, right? It's just like you just numbing your
Mm.
brain. You're so focused on just that one thing. This plastic pixels that go all together, and it makes no sense how you can go from just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling with literally no purpose at all, just to indulge in that instant grat, and you just want to numb your brain. And you were talking about it as well, but people don't know what a purpose is, and you can describe what a purpose is to them, because I think you have a better better description than me.
Purpose. Now,
Yeah.
if you don't have a purpose in life, don't worry. I mean, everyone's got a purpose in life, but if you don't know what it is, don't worry, because you can work to find it. And if you feel like you're unproductive, you may be wasting your life away, you're not in control of your life, you feel like a slave to all your addictions, you're not you're not lost. We're here to help you, and the number one thing you should do, a very helpful thing, is to look at different activities you do in the day look at the things you'd like to do in the day to help improve yourself, and just look at what their individual purposes are. For example, going to school. Alright, furthermore, you could have school, which was discussed. You could have the gym. The purpose in the gym, it's to get stronger. It could be for self-love. You might want to look better. It could be so that you release stress. These are all tiny different purposes that can make you get up in the morning at 6 a.m. and strive to do everything right in the day, to put 100% effort, discipline into those activities that you want to be doing. And once you have this purpose, once you have this, it's like a function of an activity. Like the function of the gym is to make you feel better, make you feel stronger, get so that you're healthier. You can have a purpose in anything, meditation, so you're more relaxed. Even eating, you might not look forward to eating, you might not like the food you're eating, but you may be ungrateful. And if you see that there's a purpose in it, you're going to be refueled so that you can recover, everything becomes much easier. You become happier that you're eating it, and you can focus on eating that food more, not grabbing the phone and scrolling 20 minutes while you're eating the food. Like, respect your food.
Also, when you have a purpose, you have more dedication, and obviously to obtain this purpose, I think, in my opinion, one of the most important things is you need experiences. You need to, it's part of the AAO mindset. First of all, you need to accept that you don't have your purpose, obviously, but then you've got to adapt. I think I talked about this in another video. You've got to go out and you've got to find new situations you've never put yourself in. Maybe you've never even ventured inside of a commercial gym. And why? Obviously, but if you haven't gone inside a gym and the first time you step in there, you feel that sense of pride, you feel that sense of purpose that maybe you do belong in the gym because you're lifting those weights. Maybe you're lifting more weights than other people when they first go, and you get this, it's not sort of ego, but you get this kind of, you feel happy in yourself, obviously confidence. And so many people that don't take that second step. They may know that they don't have a purpose, but they don't take that second step of adapting and finding that way to get their purpose. And David would be a perfect person to show this view of how you've got to accept that you don't have a purpose, and obviously, because it's his quote, accept, adapt, and overcome.
No, that's right. Take, for example, you may be in school and you might misbehave, you might just look for instant pleasure. You talk while you're in lesson and everyone's silent. You try to talk to your friends just for instant pleasure, to mock someone, for validation. If you have no purpose in going to school, all you do is seek instant pleasure, instant gratification. This occurs with everything. If you don't have a purpose with going to the gym, you're going to want to seek instant gratification because you're not providing yourself with any vision, any drive that you want to apply to a goal that you want to hit in the future. Now, if you were to see school, it may be very hard, as a useful and place where you can learn and educate yourself, you would be able to make so much more out of school, because school is, after all, for education, right? Most of us may not agree. We strongly agree, me and Tim, that school is not, of course, the system's not the best. Even though, well, to be honest, we are grateful we go to school. We try to stay, and we might as well do it. Like, we've only got 1 year left. We're in year 12, so my parents personally convinced me to do it, finish it off. I guess may as well. And once I've got this purpose in school, I've got this education I want to do, just finish it, and then I can focus 100% on what I really want to do in the future. You are going to be much more motivated every time you're going to school. Like, currently, I've got exams in 2 weeks' time, and I'm revising in form, I'm revising at lunch, Tim's doing the same, and we're making the most out of the time. But the problem is, some people don't make the most out of the time in school, and I think school is a very good way to apply this sense of purpose, and possibly the lost sense of purpose. Some people may just be messing about, trying to distract others, but you might as well make the most of it. And once you make the most of your time, you're just going to be achieving success in faster than you ever thought.
I think also school is, it builds that kind of discipline and dedication, because which you can apply to different aspects in our life. And someone in our school called D, he's very good at explaining this to people. He's like, okay, school you may have to go for from what 8 till 3 or whatever the time is, but if you can use that skills that you do learn in school about dedication, showing up on time, and working hard, and you can apply that to anything else that you do find maybe is your purpose, you'll see so much more success. Because okay, school may be a limiting factor for you because you're not being able to spend so much time doing the stuff that is your purpose. However, once you do find once you do like apply those things that you learn from school into into your purpose, it'll it's so much more worth it for like school. You see school as something that can help you towards your purpose as well, and it's not just something that's drawing you back and not it's not helping you. Because I think me and David had this mindset at the beginning, kind of, that school was just really a setback, and we wished that we weren't in school because of how productive we were. But there's a very good few key lessons you do learn in school about, maybe not how about coastal rivers or coastal erosion helps you, but maybe about how you can use skills that you learn there and apply it to your other life. Because we also talk about when we wish that there was maybe a 1 hour, 2 hours a day or whatever it was about self-improvement and helping you find yourself in school, because that is a really, really important thing that the youth is not getting these days, that you need to find yourself and you need to be happy with yourself. And I think school is just more mentally draining than ever, and I think sometimes you as an individual need to step back and just take a breath through your nose, obviously, and make sure that you know what you're doing. Because school will just can lead you on the wrong path and make you go to uni when you don't spend the right time. You don't spend your time wisely.
Very well said. If you were to take an example of someone who goes to school without any purpose, they don't have the accept, adapt, and overcome mindset, they're going to be wasting their time. But even if you're like me or Tim and you don't see much value in going to school, but you have this accept, adapt, and overcome mindset, you can get so much more out of school. Because the accept, adapt, and overcome mindset, what it's about, it's accepting that you're in this certain situation, and then it's sort of changing and manipulating your emotions. So it's manipulating yourself so that you see it as a positive. And there's always a positive in anything, even if it's negative, because we might be going to school and we might not like it. But the positive is that we can build discipline so that we do something even though we don't like it, which is always going to be needed. Because you're going to have those days where you don't want to go and wake up, you don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to have that nasty leg session, that nasty shoulder chest session. But in the end, you're going to have to do it if you want that 10 out of 10 body. Right?
And
So
you can also okay. But also you can apply this to like work as well. Like, maybe you're not in school, maybe you are working, and you can apply those skills of working into what you want to do. Let's say you're working an average 9 to 5 in, I don't know, some superstore or Sainsbury's, Tesco's, wherever, somewhere in the city, and the pay's not good. You don't, obviously the pay's not important, but maybe it's a good factor for you because you want to live a nice, successful life. But maybe you're not enjoying it, but you still should learn something from it, because so many people waste opportunities. Like some people that really need like a job would kill to work in a Sainsbury's, £10 an hour from 9 till 5 every single day. They'd work in extra hours. And obviously this goes back to the point that you, like, with your purpose, you become so much more grateful for the small things that you get. And David, I haven't been really doing this personally, but when journaling, I've heard that David's been saying what he's grateful for and why he's grateful for it. And I think that comes when you find your purpose, because being grateful for something is such an eye-opening opportunity, and it can make you more mindful of others around you, which is one of the best goals of self-improvement, in my opinion.
so once you have a purpose and you feel like you're going to dedicate your whole life to it, you're going to devote everything you do into this purpose, there's going to be nothing stopping you. And if there's nothing stopping you, even if a bit of negativity gets in the way, you're going to turn that into positivity. You're going to see, oh yeah, I recognize life's challenges as an opportunity to grow. I'm not going to cry. I'm going to reject what has happened. I'm going to accept. That's what you must be doing. And a great way to be able to accept things and adapt is by saying what you're grateful for. Gratitude journal. When you pray, just say it when you're walking to school. Say it whenever it comes to your mind. Say it whenever you think that you need it. Just tell yourself, I'm grateful for this because this will help me doing this in the future. Say, for example, the bus is taking loads to start up, right? The bus drivers are changing. You might be a bit frustrated, but if you saw one of my previous videos, you're going to know composure is a skill that is it is indispensable for success, right? So what you're going to say, you're going to say, I'm grateful for this bus that is taking a while to start up, because it is an opportunity for me to build patience. And once you have this purpose, if you do not have a purpose, you can always see purposes in things, like I said earlier. There's always, you can always see benefits and positives out of anything.
Exactly.
You just have to start being grateful
That is the most
and
important point.
accepting.
Yeah, that is the most important point, because even when we start this YouTube channel, we still get a bit of backlash because we're obviously at school as teenagers as well. But I'm still so grateful that they're clicking on the video, and if you're watching this gonna mock it, it's fine, because you're still clicking on the video and you're giving me the view, so I don't really care, to be honest. But you can mock it, and that's turning a negative of being maybe more into a positive, and that when you find your purpose, you do turn those negatives into positives. I think that's the most important thing. And you, as an individual, you just need to find your purpose, get out there, and get growing, baby.